When Donald Trump first took to office, little did he know. Of course, Donald Trump ran on a campaign saying that he wanted to build a wall. I think that's his one good idea, because walls work. It's irrefutable. I was in China last year. I didn't see one Mexican. I would think about adoption. I don't have kids, but if I had kids, I think I would have them adopted. I had a very awkward moment on stage where someone from right at the back of the room shouted, "Are you ever going to have children?" I said, "It's a perfectly reasonable question. I don't want to make you feel bad for asking, but my girlfriend and I actually can't have children the way we do it." Does anyone in the room believe in the supernatural, ghosts, spirits and like? Anyone? It's actually easy to tell if your house is haunted. It isn't. Grow up. 10% of women have cried in a store fitting room. I guess they weren't expecting to see me in there. People worry about their physical appearance. We all have silly hang-ups. Personally, I worry that one of my balls is bigger than the other two. I think you know you're getting old. I feel like I'm getting old. I was watching porn last week and I found myself thinking, that bed looks comfy. If my grandmother knew how much money I spent on her funeral, she would be spinning in her ditch. People ask what's the most important thing in a relationship, and I think trust. Because if you're with a woman and you don't 100% trust her, how do you know she's not going to tell your wife? Have you all had the sexual history conversation? It's the conversation that happens about maybe 6 months into a relationship when things are getting a little bit serious, and it tends to be the woman will ask the man, she'll say, "I'd like to know about your sexual history." And the man will think, "No, you wouldn't." But in my experience, the woman doesn't ask once and then move on if you do not want to answer. She keeps on asking and asking and asking until eventually you feel like you have to give an answer. It's what happened with me. I was cornered. I had to list everyone I'd ever been with, from the girl I lost my virginity to, right the way up to her. And that is where I should have stopped. I told my girlfriend my ultimate sexual fantasy was to have 2 women at the same time, and she agreed. But then she was livid when I told her she wasn't either of them. A couple of weeks ago, I failed to perform sexually. I'm not going to go into detail. Suffice it to say, I arrived early. And my girlfriend said, "Don't worry, that happens to a lot of men." I said, "Right, a couple of things. Firstly, who are these a lot of men? And secondly, if it's happening to more than one of us, don't you think it could be your fault?" I had a relationship with a blind girl, which was rewarding, but challenging. Took me ages to get her husband's voice right. Let's hear it from all the ladies in the room. Give us a shout, all the ladies in the room. Well, you sound in very good spirits, ladies. Do you think you're easy to live with, ladies? Well, this is going to be educational and fun. I'm going to tell you how easy you are to live with, just with a couple of quick questions. Ladies, just answer honestly. Have you ever met, ladies, a gay man? Yes. You've all met gay men. Have you ever noticed how happy homosexual men tend to be? Yes. How joyful and full of life those gay dudes tend to be? What's missing from their lives? You. I've been Jimmy Carr. That's my time. Thank you.
Check out his comedy special, The Best of Ultimate Gold Greatest Hits, available now on Netflix.
On and on and on. I said, and it's on and on and on.